Welcome, map makers. We
Hello.
are going to talk today, first off, about reality creation.
Yes.
What are the basics? The
Yes.
absolute basics. First thing to remember is that everything that we experience in the here and now, all this physical stuff, this is the illusion. So anything that you're trying to manifest, that you're wanting to pull in, you're taking the real out there and you're pulling it down into this illusion. So if you hold anything as being very solid, and we do this with money quite often because it's an important energy, but if you see it as a solid thing, being able to work with it and make it malleable and make things just happen becomes very, very hard. So the more fluid you can get your understanding of what your solid reality is and looking out there to pull those real things in to your here and now, the better off you'll be with it. Now, the second thing is that we all come in with exactly the same amount of tools and our raw materials, period. There is nothing more or less for anybody. You don't get to come in because you're a special human being or you're an alien or you're this. We all exist, and that's good. But if you're going to live in this three-dimensional world, we all have a certain amount of stuff that we have to work with. So your tools are?
Desire, imagination, and expectancy.
That's it. Those are your tools. And as if you are a mechanic or you are a builder or you are a cook, doesn't matter. Your tools, they're important. You want the very best, the cleanest, the sharpest, the most honed and ready to go tools that you can have. That's part of the process that we call our map maker's meal, is being able to hone and get all of those tools completely in your grasp so that you understand how to use them, that they're the best and sharpest they can be for you. Then you have your raw materials, and there again, it's the same for everybody. That's your choices and decisions, your thoughts and feelings, and your attitudes and beliefs. Nothing more and nothing less. Now, we focus a lot on beliefs. And as humanity has gone along, back when we started, back in the 80s, if you talked about beliefs, people thought you were nuts. What on earth was? Now, mindset and belief is everything.
Oh, mindset.
It is, but it is. But there's more to it than that. Okay, and that's why so many of us are falling short, because there's a whole world of stuff out there that we are using. Okay, your beliefs are a linchpin, but they are not all of it. You've got your choices and your decisions, your thoughts and your feelings, your attitudes, and then your beliefs. And it all works together with your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, your higher consciousness, and your consciousness. So being able to put all that together makes a huge difference. Okay. And it's the same if you're going to be building something again. You want the absolute cleanest, best tools going. You've got to have that. You also want all of your raw materials to be pristine. Okay. If I'm going to be building something in the kitchen and I want to make banana nut bread, I may not use avocado, although I may. That might not be the absolute best, because now you can do that kind of stuff. But you see what I'm saying is that you've got to be able to have everything laid out, and you know what it is that you're manifesting with. Those are your tools and your materials, and you want to have them out and kind of come at this with the idea that you are crafting and creating and weaving together a reality.
And you got to have that end goal, that end imagination and expectancy of what it is you're going to create at the end of all that.
That's it. Well, that brings up your generating energies. Now, your generating energies, so what actually moves that forward is will and imagination. Now, your will and your imagination will always work together. Okay? And there's a trick to keeping your levels of will and imagination and those generating energies up to a certain level. And that's when the magic really starts to happen, when you can actually sit and say, I'm going to put out a book and it's going to be recepted well, and this is what's going to happen. And then it does. There's no glitches to it. So there's a purpose and a reason for it. So that is the very beginning right there. The next one is going to be, we're going to talk about the very first step in your map maker's mill. So there's going to be a PDF for you to download. Take it one step at a time. I think I'm going to go ahead and break it down into just a couple at a time on the PDF, so you don't have to use so much paper. But there's a lot of writing. So anytime that we talk about writing, please take the time to use your pen and paper or pencil and paper.
Get a pad of paper.
The neurosynapses in our brain, they matter. and they get triggered with this. It seems silly, but doing the way that we do everything on computers and electronically anymore, it doesn't quite have the same depth to it. So you're better off doing it this way for this purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree.
So we'll moving on to step number 1 in the next one.
Yes.
See you there.